Please welcome, to give her showcase speech, the very colourful Jo Baldwin-Trott.
This is nice, isn't it? Good morning. Good morning. Are we good? Are you fulfilling your true potential? And thank you for the introductions already this morning, because being authentic is fulfilling your true potential. And what Sylvia was saying about being all that you can be and being true to yourself is fulfilling your potential. So when we rock our personal brand, we are and we can fulfill our true potential. And we can also find greater fulfillment than we ever would have imagined. So let's take it back a step. And over the next 10 minutes, I'm going to start with defining what personal brand is, because there's a little confusion about brand and personal brand. And then I'm going to explain through my Rock Your Personal Brand program. I've brought some sheets along. Fortunately, I didn't realize there was going to be so many of you today. It's fantastic to see so many people here. So please let me know if you'd like one of my sheets. But hopefully I'm going to give you today a little insight and a little inspiration to rock your personal brand, to start getting down to who you truly are and start expressing yourself. We are a nation in Britain, the royal we, of blending in. We're very good at hiding. We're very good at keeping our voices quiet. We're very good at wearing what we think we should wear to the office or what we should wear to a conference. We need to throw this out the window. We need to think about who we are truly, deeply, and we need to start expressing ourselves more in that way. And then we'll start fulfilling our true potential. So let's look at brand and personal brand. So brand is the term used for your corporate identity. So most of you here will be entrepreneurs with your own businesses. Some of you will work for employers. However, the brand is the corporate identity, is the experience the company brings to its clients. Personal brand is what you bring to the business. It's what you uniquely bring to the business. And it's made up of three things in my program. It's made up of your essence, your experience, and your expression. Your essence, your experience, and your expression. And when we really take those three things apart and start defining what our essence is, what our experience has been, and how do we express that, we can start being more impactful. We can start rocking up instead of just showing up. So let's just go a bit further into, in a very short talk that I'm doing this morning, of what your essence is. Your essence is your values. It's what matters to you. It's your passion. It's what drives you. It's your interests. It's all what goes on inside, as Sylvia said earlier. Your experience is what's happened to you in life and what you've done, but not just in work, not just your list of qualifications. It's what you've experienced. Anyone been through a divorce? Come on. I mean, what an experience that is. I think that gives you so many skills. I haven't got time to go into it now. Anyone got kids here? Anyone got kids? And anyone given up their career for a bit to look after their kids? Right, you've been a CEO, I'm sorry. You've been running the firm of home.com. That's skills. So every bit of your experience matters. And then finally your expression, and that's wearing yellow when it's your branding yellow, or wearing green, or wearing clothes that matter to you, and also talking and speaking and believing in what you say, and speaking louder and better and braver. I've got three iconic celebrities here that I've asked to come along, but they're a bit busy. And then I asked my friend, I stayed in town last night, I asked my friend to print off the pictures for me because I left mine at home. He's the Chief Financial Officer for BP. Thankfully, he's better at using figures than he is at the printer. Because, sorry, you probably can't see that, but I'm going to start with Mary Berry, and she defines for me what expression is. She has got such a strong personal brand. You can tell by even the outline of Mary Berry. on an image. Sorry, guys, you'll have to, I'll show you after. Yeah, put your glasses on. She has got such a unique expression. She rocks it, she's consistent, she's bright on screen, you engage with her. God, how can you not love her? She's a wonderful person. By the way, I've met every single one of these celebrities, and they're all fantastic in their own way. But she is so consistently bright, vibrant, and true to herself. She had a bit of a fallout with TV, didn't she, when she said, no, I'm not going to go to the other channel. No thanks. Not everyone does that. So that's true expression. That's what you show on the outside of your personal brand. Next, we've got Frank Bruno. And I'd like to talk to him as the experience of your personal brand. Okay, hopefully everyone knows Frank Bruno. So what an incredible achievement that he's had through his career. 45 fights, world champion, 38 knockouts. One of the best boxing records ever. And what a nice guy. His laugh, literally, is the most infectious thing on this planet. He's got this guffaw that just comes from his belly, and the whole room just starts laughing with him. Has anyone else had the pleasure of meeting him?
Yeah, lots of times.
Isn't he an amazing guy? You just want to take him home. Well, no, you don't. Don't go there, Michael. Where's Michael? Okay, so, but when...
Can I just say, I used to run, on behalf of the Variety Club, the Frank Bruno Star Walk.
Right.
And he put in so much, he raised lots of money.
He does, and what I'd like to talk about is what he does now with his experience, because does he go around about talking about boxing? No. Do you know what he does now? He goes around about talking about the day in 2003 when he was taken from his home and he was sectioned under the Mental Health Act. And he was locked up in a prison cell. And then he spent time in and out of hospital until he was eventually diagnosed with bipolar. He now goes around the country and the nation and the world encouraging people to be more brave about talking up about mental health. He's using his experience, and not just the badge and the honour and the, yeah, I did it, but his own personal experience. That, for me, is such a strong personal brand, and I admire him for that honesty. And finally, I need to watch out for the time, but we're going to come on to the smallest photograph. But this person here is someone who I came across in one of my very first careers. And at this point, I'm just going to pause because I need to just explain that I've had rather a very colourful career. So if anyone would like to go on my LinkedIn profile, you can go through my jobs and you'll just probably laugh, which is what most of my family do. But I have done everything and anything. I've tried my hand, anything that felt right at the time. I came across this person when I was in the police force. I was a police officer for 7 years in Bristol. And this person, who's also called now Banksy, I was chasing him in my police car trying to catch him. Okay. Thankfully, I didn't do a very good job because I caught him and if he'd been arrested again and again for criminal damage, which is what he was doing around Bristol, because yes, it is an offence. Someone asked me that yesterday, is that an offence? Like, yeah, you can't really go around spraying big buildings and just defacing them as you want to. But he has made the most phenomenal personal brand, I believe, and brand on this planet. He is the most well-known, unknown person. It's remarkable. But what I love about his personal brand is that all through Banksy's career, even from the very first painting that I saw that he did, spray painting, on one of the biggest buildings in Bristol, he has used his value of anti-establishment. His message of what are we really doing? Why are we all following what everyone else is doing? Why are we playing by these rules? Why not shred an £1 million picture in the gallery? You know, how incredible to do that, to say to himself and use that value of his throughout what he does. His essence is so powerful, and I've always admired him, and I'm really glad we didn't catch him and we were pretty useless. So that's my personal brand talk. So I hope it's inspired you guys to think, well, what am I not doing that I could do more? What am I not tapping into to feel my true potential? And then when you start doing that, you really learn how to rock your personal brand. Thank you.